And that's where healthy snacks come in. Oh my goodness, can you see that? Showing you my underwear, but yeah. And today I'm going to do a period hacks video. Now on my Instagram, I get lots of questions from you girls about periods. My Instagram is @brightgirlhealth. If you're not a bright girl on Instagram, you should totally go join because we learn stuff about periods all the time. And I say the word vagina and embarrass myself and talk about my period underwear and stuff all the time. You'll love it. Come join the family. But today we're gonna look at some hacks that will help you to have a better period with less pain, less PMS symptoms, less acne breakouts, and even hacks that will make your period more regular so you can predict when you're going to get it and it doesn't surprise you and sneak up on you, because that can suck. I would love and appreciate it so much if you wanted to stop right now and subscribe. I am all about empowering you girls to understand your menstrual cycles better, have a better period, and be more empowered as women to understand our bodies. So I'd love for you to subscribe so we can learn about our periods together and all have better periods. So my first period hack is really just an excuse for me to eat. This first period hack is all about chocolate cravings or any kind of junk food cravings that we get just before our period. Now that can happen because our magnesium and zinc levels can be low, and you know what has magnesium and zinc in it?
Chocolate!
Chocolate does. So our bodies crave that and we go and we grab for chocolate. Something else that can be low just before our period is our serotonin levels. And serotonin can manage or control eating behaviors, which is why we can feel like we want to eat everything in the house just before our period.
Chocolate!
It's like you stand in front of the fridge for like 5 minutes trying to find something, you can't find anything, so you go over to the cupboard and you stand there for 5 minutes, you're like, there's nothing here. And then so what do? You go back to the fridge to see if something popped up there while you're at the cupboard. Now, what you can do is make sure that you are high in magnesium and zinc so that you're not craving magnesium and zinc from chocolate, which usually has the refined sugar. It's got additives and preservatives and things that you don't want to be eating because they do hurt your period in the long run. They give you more period symptoms in the long run. So what you can do is eat things like cashews, baby spinach, your green veggies. You can eat things like pumpkin seeds, quinoa. They all have lots of magnesium and zinc in them. But when you're craving chocolate, sometimes like you just want chocolate. You can eat those things to prevent future cravings, but sometimes you just gotta have chocolate.
Chocolate!
And that's where healthy snacks come in. Oh my goodness, can you see that? So yesterday I made this it's so good. It's a peanut butter chocolate slice. Guys, can I eat it right now? Can I eat in front of you guys? Will it make you jealous? I'm so sorry. It's so good, guys. So what I like to do when I'm craving chocolate is to create healthy alternatives that still taste chocolatey but don't have any of the refined sugar, they don't have additives or preservatives, and they don't have unhealthy fat that can disrupt our hormone balance and give us period symptoms. I made that slice out of dates and nuts and coconut for the base, and then I did a layer of peanut butter. I put some puffed quinoa and some cacao nibs in there for crunch, and then the top layer was a chocolate layer with like cacao, dates, cashews. I should post that recipe soon, but I've got some other healthy chocolate recipes at brightgirlhealth.com/recipes, and I'll link that down below so that you guys can all go make your healthy chocolate too. Things like chocolate banana smoothies, banana ice cream. Oh my gosh, you blend frozen bananas, add cacao powder because cacao is the unrefined version of cocoa, so it's packed with magnesium and zinc. Blend frozen bananas and make chocolate banana ice cream. My favorite. You can make protein balls with dates and nuts and cacao powder, blend them all up in a food processor, or I use my NutriBullet sometimes. So delicious.
Oh, it's so good.
My hack number 2 for having a better period is to try out a menstrual cup. Now, you guys hear me talk about the cup all the time, but everyone always says once they try a cup, they never go back. So I just went and grabbed my unused cup that SAALT Co sent me for a demonstration, so I'm not using my used one.
Ow!
This is what I keep my cute little SAALT cup in. Now, this is my SAALT cup. I absolutely love it. It changed my life. It gets inserted kind of like a tampon, but it collects the blood rather than absorbing it. Now, you don't put it in like this. You fold it up really nice and small. So it's only that small part that ends up going in, and it's actually so much easier to insert than expected. But I want to do a whole nother video on how to insert the SAALT cup, how to take it out, obstacles you might face with the cup. So if you really wanted to see that, give this video a thumbs up. If we get it to 50 thumbs up, I will make a video all about menstrual cups. Now, something huge that I love about the cup is that you don't get leaks with it. At least I don't get leaks with it. It's impossible to have leaks with this if you haven't inserted it properly. And sometimes figuring out how to insert it properly does take a couple of tries of trial and error, just getting used to it for a couple of months. But after that, you're leak free. You can wear it for 12 hours, so you don't have to change during the night and worry about having it in for too long. And you can go the whole work day or the whole school day without having to go to the toilet and change your pad or tampon. So I absolutely love my cup. And then the other thing is that it's great for the environment because we use on average 11,000 pads and tampons. Dude, that's a lot. Dude. 11,000 pads and tampons, which means we're throwing those all away. They're ending up in landfill, and pads especially have plastic inlays in them that take years and years and years to break down in landfill. They're not biodegradable in nature very easily. So by using something like the cup, it's better for our periods and it's better for the environment. One more reason I'm obsessed with the cup is that it doesn't have any nasty pesticides, synthetic fragrances, plastics, and all the things that pads and tampons can have. And when we use 11,000 pads and tampons in a lifetime and we put them in such a sensitive area of our body, all of those things, especially pesticides, the pesticides that the cotton is sprayed with, that they make pads and tampons out of, is a known hormone disruptor. It disrupts the metabolism of estrogen in the body and it can give you more PMS, more period pain, and things like that. So using a cup helps you to avoid all of those hormone disrupting chemicals. Okay, my third period hack is a really simple one. It's eat more vegetables. Now, let me tell you why, because of course we know we have to eat vegetables. However, we don't often talk about the fact that eating more vegetables means we're eating more fiber. And fiber really helps the metabolism of estrogen in the body. It even helps our body to clear out extra estrogen that it doesn't need so that estrogen doesn't get too high. Because when estrogen gets too high, that can cause more period pain. It can also cause PMS symptoms, and the presence of too much estrogen can be a big factor in conditions like endometriosis, fibroids, and even things like estrogen-dependent cancers. Doing things like eating more veggies can really help with our estrogen balance. That can help with the little things like PMS and then the big things as well. Now, eating your veggies doesn't have to be disgusting or boring. I have a smoothie milkshake like every morning that tastes like a milkshake. You do banana, frozen banana, protein powder, baby spinach or spirulina. You can add vanilla to it, you can add chocolate to it, and it tastes like a milkshake, but it's got your daily dose of greens in there. It feels so good knowing you've had a big portion of your greens for the day at breakfast time. I also have a recipe for zucchini noodles up on brightgirlhealth.com/recipes. I'll link it down below. Zucchini noodles are mine and my husband's favorite food right now. We have them all the time. We like doing this tahini sauce. The recipe on the website is like an avocado pesto sauce, but you can experiment with the sauces. You can do like a pasta sauce. You can add your favorite proteins on top. I like adding tempeh or crispy chickpeas. So delicious, and my husband is obsessed. But zucchini noodles are really delicious and they're a good way to get in lots of fiber from veggies. All right, my fourth hack is one that helps you to predict when your next period is coming. So did you know that ovulation always happens around 2 weeks before you get your next period? Now we know that everybody's menstrual cycles are different. Some people get their period every 28 days, but some people get their period every 50 days. Some people get their period every 60 days. Everybody's body is different. And although we want our period to be more towards the typical side of things, even if you're someone who doesn't have a regular period, you can still know when your next period is coming if you know when ovulation happens, because your period will always happen 2 weeks after ovulation happens. Now, ovulation might happen 1 week, 3 weeks, 50 weeks after the period that just came. So you might have a period and then however many weeks and then ovulation, but from ovulation to your next period, it's always going to be around 2 weeks. So how do you know when you've ovulated so you know you're going to get your period in 2 weeks? Well, I did a video, my very last video was on how to use temperature to track ovulation. The temperature shift that we see at ovulation time, our temperature goes up. If you want to learn all about that, go look at my last video, I'll link it down below. You can also use cervical fluid to track when you're ovulating, or what we commonly refer to as discharge, which is not the most appropriate way to refer to it. It's cervical fluid because it's fluid made by your cervix. And that will change around ovulation time, and you'll see that it starts to look a little bit more like you just gave birth to an alien. But I'll do more about that in a dedicated video. Now, I said that I would do that video if my last video on temperature got 100 thumbs up. So if you want to see that video, you can go over there and thumbs that up. But there are many ways you can track ovulation. Some people even have ovulation spotting, which helps them know that they're ovulating. Some women have reported a heightened sense of smell when they're ovulating. Some women can notice changes in their mood. They can notice a burst of energy because we have higher testosterone around the time that we're ovulating. Our cervix also changes position when we're ovulating. So the cervix is inside the vaginal canal, and it's like the gateway, I like to say, to the uterus. It's the gateway to the uterus, the door. And so that can actually be higher or lower in different times of your cycle. So it's actually higher when you're ovulating. Okay, my fifth and final period hack today is to use period underwear. Oh, yeah. So this is MODIBODI underwear. They are gorgeous. Look at that lace. They're beautiful. But what they have is an inbuilt absorbent layer. Actually, you'll be able to see it better on the blue pair. So these are unused. They have this inbuilt absorbent layer. It's so smart that it's black, because if it was anything other than black, I think that would be silly. So it's so smart that it's black, but this black part is an absorbent layer. So it's basically like having an inbuilt pad. And what you would do is you wear these when you're on your period. You don't have to wear a tampon or a pad with them. It completely collects the blood. It's leak proof and they work really well. And then you soak them in cold water and then throw them in the wash, and then you can use them again. Now, these are the MODIBODI period underwear. Each pair is about $30, and you would need to purchase multiple pairs so that once you've worn them and then you chuck them in the wash, you've got another pair to throw on. Now, if the cup intimidates you and you're not a tampon girl, you don't like using tampons, you don't like the idea of a cup, then period underwear is probably a really great idea for you. Now again, just like the menstrual cup, period underwear are a great option. 1, for your health and for the health of your hormones, and then 2, for the environment. So again, like I said, pads and tampons can have synthetic fragrances in it. They can have bleaches, dioxins, plastics, ew, things that we do not want to be putting in a sensitive area of our body. So MODIBODI period underwear, or any other kind of period underwear that you find, there's the Thinx brand, and that's kind of all that I know. Oh, there's Love Luna, which you have to wear though in conjunction with a pad or a tampon. But these do not have any pesticides, any hormone disrupting chemicals in them. Shush, I'm filming a video. Thank you, Mr. Truck. These don't have any hormone disrupting chemicals in them. And then again, we're not using pads and tampons, so they're not ending up in landfill, taking years and years to break down. And so it's a great option for the environment as well. Now, if you're someone that doesn't feel like they can wear period underwear or a cup, that's fine. If you wanted to make a healthier option, you can use the Tom Organic brand of pads and tampons. I love Tom Organic pads so much. They haven't been sprayed with pesticides. In fact, they use 100% organic cotton in their pads and tampons and literally nothing else. So none of those inlays in them that pads usually have that take years and years and years to break down in landfill. They're a great option for better period health and a better option for the environment. I believe that as women, when we're making decisions about our menstrual hygiene, that we should be wary of the environment. Of course, we need to be wary of our health and what we can find in pads and tampons that aren't actually good for our hormones. But I think we have a responsibility to also think about the environment as well. So I hope you learned some things from this period hacks video today. Be sure to go over and follow me on Instagram, which is Bright Girl Health, and thumbs this video up if you wanted to see the cervical fluid, how to track ovulation using cervical fluid video. Leave me a comment and tell me what kind of period video you would like to see me do next. I asked my husband if we can do a video where we burn pads and tampons, like non-organic versus organic pads and tampons, and see the difference in the way that they burn because of the different chemicals that are in them. I'm so excited to do that. I'm very excited for that. So let me know if you want to see that or whatever other kind of period videos you want to see, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! I've got food in my mouth. Nah, there's nothing here. I'm making a YouTube video. No, let's not do that.